What's up, everybody? Jesse here, and I'm here with a WWE Payback review. Just got finished watching it, and then I watched Camp WWE, which was hilarious. So I'm just going to read results real quick. We had the pre-show starting at 7. They had a bunch of promos and stuff. Then we had two matches. We had Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. Baron Corbin pretty much dominated the whole entire match, and then Ziggler picked up a lucky win because, Corbin was being cocky and whatnot, and, he rolled him up for the 1-2-3 easy pin, but Ziggler got dominated, and I look forward more of Baron Corbin. The next match in the pre-show was Ryback versus Kalisto for the United States Championship. It was an okay match. Kalisto did a lot of awesome moves, as usual. He ended up winning the match. Ryback looked really off. I'm not making excuses. I wanted Ryback to win, but because I couldn't see Kalisto as the United States champ anymore, but maybe I'm wrong. It was just my prediction, but Kalisto won. Congratulations, he is still United States champion, and that's the pre-show. Alright, off to the main Payback pay-per-view. We have Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillains, and the winner would be the #1 contender for the World Tag Team Champions. So, basically this match, a lot of back and forth, awesome NXT type match. Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore were more over in the match than the Vaudevillains. Then we got to a point where one of the Vaudevillains threw Enzo Amore out the ring, and it was like a botched throw, and Enzo Amore ended up hitting his head on the bottom rope very hard, and he had been knocked out, which ended up being real. The match was stopped, and Enzo Amore was brought to the hospital later to be informed to us that he has a concussion, and all other tests have come out negative, and he just has a concussion. And he's been released from the hospital, and he's in okay condition, except for the concussion. So I hope they redo this when he's able to compete again. Maybe tomorrow, you never know. Could be next week. But there was no winner. The match was ended in a no contest. Next match was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This was a good match. Kevin Owens dominated a lot. Sami Zayn had a few good spots, a few cool moves. He did his Blue Thunder Bomb a couple times, and Kevin Owens just kept kicking out. I wanted Owens to win this match, but I predicted Sami Zayn to win, so I'm glad Kevin Owens won. He dominated, and Sami Zayn was assisted out of the ring by a ref. Then Kevin Owens calls Byron Saxton in to interview him, and basically he's telling him what to ask him, and he's being Kevin Owens and taking over, and he ends up saying, "Oh, thank you for inviting me to do commentary on the next match." So Kevin Owens goes out the ring and sits down at the commentary table next to Michael Cole and JBL and Byron. So that leads into the next match, which was Cesaro versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. This was a really good match. Cesaro was more dominant than Miz was, but The Miz wasn't overpowered by any means. There was a few times where Maurice got involved, pulling The Miz out of the ring or holding him from getting a move done to him and what have you. And then towards the end of the match, Sami Zayn returned and started attacking Kevin Owens at the commentary table, and it escalated into the ring, which ended up where The Miz did a dirty pin on Cesaro because Cesaro was distracted. And The Miz retained the Intercontinental title due to that dirty pin. I have a feeling that is not the end of Cesaro in the Intercontinental title picture. I have a feeling now we're going to have like a four-way type deal. The Miz, Cesaro, Owens, and Zayn. And we shall see if I'm right. Next match, we had Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose. This was pretty okay. Jericho did all his classic moves, all his signatures, traditional things. So did Ambrose. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular. It was, I say it was a middle of the road type match. It wasn't like the best of the best. But in the end, Dean Ambrose picked up the win. And, yeah, it was okay. So that goes on to the next match. Natalya versus Charlotte for the Women's Championship. Natalya came out with Bret Hart. And Charlotte obviously came out with Ric Flair. It was a really good match. Very, very good women's match. Lot of moves, a lot of submission holds by both of them. Very, very good, very well put together match. However, the match, of course, ended in controversy. It ended in bringing back something from the past, which seems to be a thing these days in WWE, is bringing back rehashing things. Charlotte put Natalya in the sharpshooter, and out of nowhere, the referee called for the bell, kind of like the Montreal Screwjob type thing, and Charlotte ended up retaining. I don't know if anything's going to happen with this. Probably tomorrow night we'll hear something about this situation, but I don't think it's not as controversial as it was in 1997 with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Anyways, afterwards, Bret Hart gets in the ring, and him and Ric Flair get in each other's faces, and Ric Flair goes to punch Bret Hart, but Bret Hart blocks it, punches him, knocks him on the floor, and then he starts to put him in the sharpshooter. Charlotte comes in, so Natalya grabs her, same thing. They both do sharpshooters. Charlotte wasn't a sharpshooter, and Ric Flair wasn't a sharpshooter, and they were both sitting there tapping, and that's how that match pretty much ended. So Charlotte retained the title due to controversy. Like I said, we'll probably see something happen from this. Who knows what'll happen. Next, we had Vince McMahon come out and talk about the whole decision about Raw, who's going to run it. We had Stephanie McMahon come out right after, giving reasons why the Authority should still be in charge of Raw. Then we had Shane McMahon come in and show all kinds of like news clips from like media and news talk and wrestling talk websites like not kayfabe, the popular wrestling websites. Anyway, so in the end, it ended up being Vince McMahon picked both Shane and Stephanie to run Raw together, and that seemed like to be a good thing to them. I honestly thought that we were going to see a brand split. One of them will have Raw, one of them will have SmackDown, they'll have a draft again, but obviously that's not the case. Maybe it'll be down the line, maybe they'll get in a fight, I can't work with you anymore, I'm going to take over SmackDown or something, who knows. But right now, Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon co-own Raw, and they start tomorrow night. Then we're on to our main event match, AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns did a few powerhouse, they portray him as, moves, couple shoulder blocks, couple of clotheslines, AJ Styles did his techniques and all that, and then there came to a point where Roman Reigns was outside the ring leaning against the commentator's table where JBL and them sit, and AJ Styles ran and jumped off the third rope and did a phenomenal forearm to Roman Reigns through the table. AJ Styles tried to get Roman Reigns back into the ring, but he was apparently too heavy. And he rolled in the ring, and Roman Reigns was counted out. AJ Styles won. However, he didn't win the title because it was a countout. So, Shane McMahon comes out. He announces that he will not have the title match end this way, etc., etc. Restart the match. No countouts this time. So they start the match. They're fighting, doing their moves. A lot of awesome high-flying stuff by AJ Styles. Same 5 moves from Roman Reigns. Just boring Roman Reigns stuff. Superman punches and Samoan drops and, whatever. So there was a point where AJ Styles jumped off of the top rope, and Roman Reigns ended up low blowing AJ Styles while he was jumping off the top rope, and the referee disqualified him, which caused AJ Styles to win again, but he did not win the title because of disqualification. So, Stephanie McMahon comes out. She says, just like Shane did, we're not going to have the championship match end this way. Restart the match, no disqualification. So now we have the 3rd attempt at this match, no disqualification and no countout. So, we're back to the match, back to, high flying from AJ, his awesome moves versus Roman Reigns and his boring stuff. Same fake powerhouse moves, some power bombs here and there. And then you had his buddies from the Bullet Club come out there. Carl Anderson and what's his face? I can't even remember his name. Luke Gallows, sorry. They come out, they do their double team finisher to Roman Reigns. AJ Styles goes and does a sunset flip splash type deal and does a pin 1-2, and he kicks out. Next thing you know, the Usos come out, attack Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and they're fighting out there. Roman Reigns throws AJ Styles at that whole squad out there, and they knock everyone down. And then Roman Reigns ends up leaping over the 3rd rope with a suicide dive type Undertaker deal to the Usos and the Bullet Club outside the ring, and then AJ Styles does a phenomenal forearm off of the barricade, throws him in the ring, does another sunset flip splash type thing, but no, I lied, he goes for the phenomenal forearm once again, but Roman Reigns ducks, does a spear, and then pins him for the 1-2-3. Roman Reigns retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, I want AJ Styles to win, but I don't write the things. And at the end of the show, we had Vince out back talking with Shane and Stephanie, and Shane and Stephanie agree on Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship in an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules in the next coming weeks at the next pay-per-view. And that's where the show ended. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. I didn't like how it ended because the guy I wanted to win didn't win, but that's my own problem. But overall, I give this pay-per-view an 8 out of 10. It was very good. What made me not give it a 10 out of 10 was how the Divas match ended and how the tag team match didn't finish. But, obviously the women's championship match ending was planned, but the tag team championship match, wasn't planned to end that way, which is unfortunate because I was looking forward, hopefully, that Enzo and Cass would have won the match, but it didn't work out that way. So 8 out of 10 for me, and that's all I have for you for today. So thank you for watching. Check back next pay-per-view. Well, I will do my next review. I'm not doing Raw reviews anymore. I don't have time to watch Raw every Monday. So anyway, I will be back next pay-per-view, which is Extreme Rules. I will do another live reaction, and I will do a review. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.